TGIF, am I right?
Love Fridays. Love Fridays.
Every day.
Did you ever care about Fridays, Troy? You never really had a job, right?
Friday.
Like a Monday to Friday.
I'm glad you brought that up, Joe, because last time you brought that up on the show, Grant was like, exactly. And I said, you guys wear that like a badge. First of all, I worked plenty of 9-to-5s. I worked office jobs. I just realized very early on, this is not what I want. I don't want to do this.
It's also for suckers.
Yeah, I'm not going to insult you guys for your choices. Some people, you got to do what you got to do to pay the bills. But after doing it for a few years, I'm like, I don't want to live like this. I can't go on auditions. I can't do anything. So instead, I'm going to try and figure out something else. And that's why I ended up bartending, which my dad was really psyched about after having an Ivy League MFA that I just bartended instead. But, that was a choice that I made. And then I couldn't bartend because you can't get hired as a bartender without bartending experience.
Well, just to be clear, it wasn't a personal attack.
No, but you guys do it all the time. Oh, yeah. No. Tough life. You had to wake up at 11 a.m. while I was waking up at 6 to go climb the mountain to go to my 9-to-5 job. Nobody wants to hear about it.
All I was wondering was, do you not care about Fridays? Like, has it been so many years that you haven't had a Monday to Friday that you're like, oh, Friday is just like any other day?
It was a simple question framed as a personal attack.
Yes,
you have to understand.
It's a very subtle personal attack.
For me, it has nothing to do with any kind of badge of honor so much as the tone of your emails. Like, it seems like you have no practice in being civil.
That's the thing. That's the thing for sure.
My practice in being what? Civil?
Civil within emails.
That's not my strong suit. My personality really shines through in the worst way via email. But yeah, I just have to nip this long-standing fallacy in the bud. Like, oh, Troy, he wouldn't know a 9-to-5. I'd have hit him in the penis. I've worked 9-to-5s. I just said, this is a sucker's game. I don't want to do this. I want to work 2 days a week and make more than all my friends. So that's what I did. I worked in bars, and it was awful. Yeah. So do I like Fridays? No, I hated Fridays because that's when I had to go to work.
That's the only answer I was looking for.
Oh, Thursday night I'd start feeling sick to my stomach like you probably did on a Sunday, thinking like, oh, it's over. See ya Monday morning, because I would go in Friday at 4, get out at 6 in the morning, and then just sleep, get up, go back in Saturday, recover on Sunday. Was awful.
That was the other part of the fallacy, is that Sunday was a day off. Like, it just like over time, especially as you're doing more corporate-y stuff and you've got meetings and you've got people that report to you and all that, you got to be prepared on Monday. You can't relax Sunday. You're just like, you're doing stuff. You're thinking about stuff. It's stressful. Saturday's the good day. Friday night's the good night. Yeah.
Oh, Sunday's always been my least favorite day. Just waiting for Monday to start. It's the
Sunday, yeah, exactly. Sunday
awful.
scaries.
You know what's fun is owning your own business, no days off.
Right.
Which is really
everything out a lot easier.
I did not know that until I owned my own business.
But you know what I will say? You know what I will say about weekends? I think it sucks because everybody, the normal work week, Monday to Friday, everybody goes out Friday nights. Everybody has Saturday as their day to do things. And then Sunday is get ready for Monday. A lot of companies, I feel like, try to make it better. And they're like, well, we'll give you Monday, Tuesday off. And you're kind of like, that's sort of better because nobody's out Monday and Tuesday. I could do my grocery shopping. I could do all the stuff I have to do. And it's not like a clusterfuck. But at the same time, who are you going to go out with? Who wants to go out on a Monday night?
It's like having a night job.
Yeah, exactly.
I do.
So, I don't. Ellie, we can go out on Monday night.
Yeah, I'll go out.
Ellie, does your homeland celebrate a 3-hour workday? What do they do out there? Do you get every other Lingen day off?
Oh, no. I think, I've personally been a freelancer for so long, so I don't really remember what time is. To me, it's a construct. But, and to Matthew, I realize I'm borrowing his thing here, but yeah, no, I think Sweden has a little bit better labor laws than America when it comes to these things. Did you know that it's mandated vacation 4 weeks a year? You have to take at least 4 weeks a year.
Everyone at the same time?
No, but
those beaches must be crowded.
Yeah, that was my experience when I worked for a European company. Everyone, when you hit August, anybody that was in Europe was not available.
Oh yeah, and that is super frustrating again if you're a freelancer because in Sweden it's July and I think it's cute that Troy was like, "Oh, the beaches," and I'm like, "What beaches?" It's in the Arctic, but
The nearest beach. The nearest beach.
But yeah, no, I so every year when I try to reach, like I work for a bunch of Swedish companies while I'm here, and it's just like, you know, from beginning of June till the end of August, people are out of office, and I'm like, okay, I'll see you at Christmas. Oh wait, you're also off then for like another 5 weeks. So yeah,
It seems wildly unproductive.
yeah, but they did a study, and I think both Germany and Sweden are unbelievably productive. Given their work hours, whereas like I think it was Greece that puts in like 100 hours a week and they were super non-productive. This might have been an old, and now when I said it, like pretty mean statistic that I haven't even double checked, and I feel bad.
Yeah, it was very Hellenophobic, I gotta say. There,
Yeah.
it was very anti-Greece in that sentiment.
Sorry.
I never knew about the
Lazy.
long-standing prejudices against the Greeks.
Hates the Greeks.
Man,
Yeah,
You must have Roman.
Greeks, they work 100 hours a week and don't do anything.
they get 0 things done.
Ellie must have
Turning out
Roman
baklava by the
ancestry.
dozen.
Oh no, my landlord! I live in Astoria. I'm surrounded by them. They're gonna.
No, man, they
I know,
can be at your
it's dumb.
door. Yeah, at the end of the night with torches.
I know.
Good luck finding someone to take away your trash. Well, I know for a fact the Greek mob watches Androids and Aliens every week, so you're on your
Oh
own.
yeah,
You're gonna have to haul it to the dump.
We've talked about that before, though. Like you guys, we're all been in Astoria, most of us, and there's definitely mob activity going on here. And I know
I don't know what you're talking about, Ellie.
Ellie, there's no mob activity in a store, so shut up.
Sure.
The soccer clubs on like 31st Street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
with
pool
so
halls.
with so many cameras outside and like barbed wire.
Looks like Stavros Baklava just joined us in the chat, and he says, "I see all of you."
Oh God. Well, most of you moved out. I think I'm the only one who lives here, right?
Not true, Ellie. Not true.
Pretty sure you can
Matthew's at
throw a stone
risk.
at Matthew's window.
They will never come for you, Matthew. You're too sweet.
Eleanor, are you aware of the size of the tri-state area? Like, even though we might not be immediately in Astoria, there are these modern marvels of technology called motor vehicles.
What is tri-state? What is the tri-state area?
It's a type of steak you can order at a restaurant.
All right. Okay. Then that's
Connecticut, Jersey, Manhattan.
oh.
New York,
New
Manhattan,
York,
Jersey.
not
New York.
Manhattan.
I knew
Manhattan
that-
is not a state.
Well, don't confuse her
further and
but
the
no one
state of
considers
Manhattan.
Albany really part of the tri-state area when you're talking about news and things like that most of the time, or Buffalo for that. There's parts of New York that are definitely not part of the tri-state area.
Yeah, like downstate metro
Yeah.
New York area.
I grew up in another tri-state area, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware is also
Oh.
called the tri-state area, with the same parlance as New York. So when I got here, it was very confusing.
Like, why are they talking about Pennsylvania so
Yeah, I
much?
know.
It's so weird.
But they use a lowercase t.
The tri-state John, it's actually called. It's technical name.
Tri-state John. This is my least favorite opening of a show in a long time.
It's really weak.
I feel like we didn't really learn anything. I feel like we started with Friday and we ended on the tri-state. I wouldn't mind just calling it a show right here.
I
It's
learned
real.
what the tri-state area is. You can't discount
And
that.
I learned
That's
a lot
huge.
about Greek national work habits.
Yeah.
And we learned that
the
Troy
mob.
is defensive about not having had a 9-to-5 job for a while.
Debunk that, Matthew. Would you stop it?
Bunked it, Matthew. Don't you start me up again.
I love the fact that that's the one thing that gets under his skin. I've been trying to figure out what it is that could get under Troy LaValle's skin, and I know.
There you go.
That's
There
the
you go.
best one. Just every once in a while, drop a like, well, Troy, maybe if you had worked a little harder,
Worked a little.
he'll lose his mind.
I do have a couple triggers. Even as he was explaining it to you, I almost punched my light over. You know who has a lot of triggers? Mr. David Winters. David Winters in the house, everybody.
Why now?
Look at
that's
you.
interesting.
How are you, buddy?
Doing well. Doing
Yeah.
well. Happy to be here. Yeah.
Happy to
Learning
be here.
geography, you know.
Just learning geography in general. What state do you originate from, David? Have we covered this on the show before?
I originate from the greater Michigan and Ohio area.
I didn't know that. Where?
Like outside Toledo, outside of Ann Arbor, all in that area.
No, we did talk about this. A
Yeah,
bunch of my
worked in the
family's
auto
from Toledo,
industry.
so yeah.
Yep.
My grandparents met in Ann Arbor.
Oh, there you go. Well,
really?
so go Midwest. GCP people.
Connected.
Yeah.
I do like the Midwest. When I used to work for a tailgate show, I think all of the colleges we visited, Michigan State's tailgate there in East Lansing, I was like, this place seems wonderful. Everybody's so nice. They feed you. It's just like quintessential suburb. So now it explains why you're so sweet, David.
Yeah.
But then you burn couches, though. Then you riot. And,
They do burn
and
couches.
everything
Yeah.
else.
Isn't that more West Virginia? Is the couch?
Michigan State, too, though. Like
Yeah.
Sparty-on and
Well,
ignite
couches
flames.
aren't going to burn.
Never heard that. That's great.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth. Wow.
I wanted to start a new thing that we may cancel after a couple weeks. Might not even do it every week, but we had a few emails going back and forth between before today's episode. David was checking in about a few things, and I'm like, I feel like we should start a little segment called this week we'll call it David's Corner, where David talks about all the things we got wrong and maybe some things we got right. So David, there's a lot of things on the docket here. I know you had some stuff you want to talk to Grant about, and then I'm going to talk to Joe about some stuff as well. What did you email me about Grant?
Well, so great. Well, this is just a little bit of spring cleaning, over the last couple of episodes. So, for example, Grant took
Bring it on. I know people in Astoria that can take care of you if you go wrong.
I pay my money too. I'm protected as well, so we're fine. So Grant, you took a little feat at level 9, multi-weapon fighting, with the intent of using your solar weapon in one hand and ultra thin longsword in the other. Made sense. Get the attack bonus down or penalty down further, but they have to be either a small arm or an operative weapon, which neither of those weapons are. So
Correct.
Feat probably you don't want. So I pinged Troy. And Troy said, yeah, good flag. And normally in Starfinder, you have to actually buy an item, a mnemonic editor, to kind of unlearn things. You can't just retrain like you do in Pathfinder. But it sounds like Troy might be kind of generous on this one.
I'm instituting a second new thing, which I may get tired of in a couple weeks. It's called the Special Ability Feat Lemon Law.
Oh.
Interesting.
If you take something with your character upgrade, you have 2 episodes to decide if it doesn't work the way you wanted it to. Not, I don't like this feat. That's not it. If it doesn't work the way you thought it did, you can replace it within 2 weeks of changing it. You can't just be like, I don't like this. Sorry, you bought the car, it's yours. But if the feat's a lemon, you can switch it out. Grant, I don't know if it's been 2 weeks, but that's a new rule.
Here's the
I
thing,
like
though.
it. An escrow period for feats. I like it.
Yeah,
I will
isn't that
not
fun?
be taking advantage of the lemon law, however. I will be dropping the nanite sword, maybe giving it to someone if they're nice to me. But I plan on filling my other 2 arms with operative style weapons
Give it to Joe.
or small arms weapons, 2 little pistols. So
Okay.
when I'm at range, I can fire twice at -3. And then when I get in close, I can still do the 2 attacks with the 1 arm solar weapon. I think it'd be a really cool image to see this weird little snail running around with 2 guns on the side and a sword in the middle of his belly. And it would just, it's kind of like those rolling things in the prequels, the best Star Wars movies that are my
droid
favorite.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Destroyer
one was the
droids.
best one. Out of all 9. All right, cool. So you are going to keep it, but you might want to give the sword. Do you want to give it away right now? Do you want to do it on air? I mean, we are on air, but like during.
I might do it in character.
Okay, in
That's all
character.
right.
That's
in
what I was
in the spirit of the show. David, let me also point out to you, I wish I could get a lemon law on your Skype connection this evening. Could you just toggle on and off for me, buddy? Because we got to get on to your next point of order.
Yeah,
is that
been more
better?
than.
Yeah.
It's been
There
more
you
than
go,
2
okay.
episodes for this next one, but I wanted to give Joe the option, if he wanted to change that feat that we eroded mid-show. While I stand by the decision, I want you to enjoy your character, and if you're not enjoying it, we should at least take a look at it. However, you might not want to change it, because David has some new information that might make you like it a little bit. David?
Well, no. Let me clarify that. It's not necessarily new information, Joe, but it was actually related to another feat. So your adaptive fighting, which you've picked your 3 feats, and then I believe it was the Zavra fight. You decide, or no, it was maybe the fight before that, the Beastmaster, where you decided lunge sucks. And you didn't really like lunge as much as possible. I just want to give you the little treat of you can actually swap out those feats every level.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well, you're complaining about how much you thought it sucked. I'm just trying to help.
I don't remember that. Was I complaining about how much lunge sucked? It just might have been situational and like,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, fine. Swap out that enhanced resistance, though, if you really think it's garbage. Do you think it's garbage?
Jeez, I don't know. I mean, the only thing about it is that, like, yeah, it's just such a huge change. But you know what? I'll just go ahead and keep it. Even though there's this other feat that's awesome, but maybe I can just get it later. The thing is, it actually has to do. Let's see what Grant does with this blade, because the thing is, having a you have to choose a damage type, right? So if I choose slashing, as I did, the thinking behind that, I mean, I know piercing is like, you're much more likely to get, bullets and stuff like that. But if I find myself in melee combat, which I have several times, because even though I'm trying to build towards range, it's like you get in a lot of tight situations outside of what you would want to do. And I was thinking about ditching the feat because I just don't think I'm going to get into that many. Why would I keep getting into these melee situations when my melee weapon just sucks? It doesn't suck. It's just not as good. But if I got that other melee weapon, I might want to keep the feat, because to have DR8, DR9 slashing in a melee combat could prove really good. Yeah, I'm just going to hold on to it for now.
Okay. All right.
We'll see. And I might change it by the end of the episode. We'll say that.
Well, your time is up. You did have, it's just at the top of the show. Skid, we have a little information for you, which I don't think is new information. We've just heard about it a lot. So now you get to hear it again from David.
Yeah, it's just related to trick attack, so you don't necessarily have to stress with that as much, but we can get to that math maybe first round of combat, just to make sure we're doing it right next time you trick attack, and we can handle it there. But let's just say your dice rolling is going to be minimal on that front going forward.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and people have been very helpful with that, but there's something that they don't realize that kind of doesn't make that possible. But thank you. Yes.
A rare attempt at an olive branch from David to Skid.
Well,
I like to see that.
It all started,
I know
though.
this is something that people have been kind of messaging me about for a long time, but we're so far ahead that I haven't had a chance to respond. Now, I know David hasn't said anything till now either, but I understand why.
Nope. That's
because
incorrect.
it's something that would have helped me. So I totally get that.
No. I checked my sent folder, and I sent you an email specifically on this with quotes directly from the developer.
Oh my God.
March 14th. So we're
my
getting very, very close
Okay.
to a year since I pointed this out.
Well, in my defense, I blocked your emails very early on. So if you sent me anything, I have not received it in the last year. So that's on me.
March 14th was a barn burner of a week, as I recall.
There's a lot going on at that time, if I
That
remember.
might have been the last time we were in the studio, actually, because I sent it right at the end of a recording. It came up, and I was like, "Ooh, I'll send this to him." And then we went dark for a substantial period of time.
Yeah, I was probably more concerned for the health of my family. And my own case of COVID I was experiencing at that point. So I understand.
David, when you agreed to become
Sorry, I didn't get back to you right away.
David, when you agreed to become the rules lawyer for the show, did you anticipate being, the players leveraging their own health and well-being against your advice?
Yeah, some sort of act of God pandemic clause or something to weasel out of my rulings. It happens. It happens.
No, I thank you for your attempt to help me.
Well, in David's defense,
Sorry I didn't take.
In David's defense, as far as I know, COVID does not affect the eyes and the thumbs.
That's
thank
true,
you.
but it does affect the brain.
It does affect the brain.
I was experiencing a pretty high fever, which will affect the brain. So
Let's affect our Starfinder brains by jumping back into this show. You guys are about to touch down on a new planet here, planetoid, as it were, in this region that may be known as the Gate of the 12 Suns. That's where that's what it was called. The coordinates you followed have led you here. Howie has told you that Adam and he had a really cool conversation, and Adam was able to put in some modifications that should help this piloting check for you, Dax. But they've also both expressed to you that due to some weird gravitational fluctuations, this is going to be kind of a tricky check. So you're going to get a +4 to the check. However, I do need you to roll it, and if you fail, the hull of the spaceship could take some damage.
Okay. Pardon me. Okay. Let me. Actually, I was shopping for feats. I might change. All right, here we go. Quick piloting check with an additional +4, you say?
Yes.
You got this, Joe.
Okay, here it is.
Nice and easy, Dax.
How's the 37 grab you?
Oh, yeah.
Big roll on the die.
Wow. So it takes about an hour to enter orbit, and the whole time the plane's like throttling, and you're really having to like do some sick maneuvers to stay on course without damaging the plane. You know that just a hair this way or a hair that way is all it's going to take to just start buffeting the ship with these waves. However, your amazing ace pilot is able to make his way through.
Yes. That's what I've always said. Dax, ace pilot. He's been that since first level, guys.
And now you're in orbit. So unless you leave the orbit of this planet, you don't think you're going to have to deal with those fluctuations. Again, obviously you will leave at some point. I don't think you're going to live here the rest of your lives. Maybe some of you will die on this planetoid, though, and you won't experience what you just experienced for that last hour. But in the meantime, you are within orbit, and you can see this planetoid in the distance. It's going to take probably a couple hours to get closer to able to find a place to land. But now that you're in orbit, you can do some more checks. Frisk, you want to give me a computer's check?
I shall. Oh, man. That is a 39.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, it was a similar, I believe, computer's check that gave you a ton of information going into this, which hopefully you've gone back and listened to when you, when you were, what was it, when you were talking to Adam, or was it, let me see, I want to make sure I got this right so I don't say too much. Oh, it might have been, Adam the Inevitable. It might have been.
Wasn't it Howie? Wasn't it Howie?
It was a cursory scan of the system, yeah. So with your cursory scan of the system, you rocked your computer's check. That was in the 30s as well, and that gave you a ton of information. But now that you're close, you get a little more details, and you see that this planetoid that you're approaching has a very oxygen-rich atmosphere and dynamic weather patterns. It seems to support one large ocean and a few small continents whose biomes range from temperate plains to steaming jungles to polar ice caps as well. As you're scanning, you see signs of life can be found all across the world. And I believe it was in your initial check when you were scanning the system, it appeared that only one of these planetoids could support life. So this is why you ended up going here in the first place. Right. Now, all of this normalcy seems to be maintained by some sort of techno-magical ley line that is emanating from tall antennae that encircle most of the planetoid. As the world's strange interior and that huge bore that runs through the center of the planet, which you also already know about, those things would likely render the surface unlivable. So this antennae that's in place via some sort of techno-magic is creating a livable biome for flora, fauna, animals, life to be there. Now, you keep scanning, and your scanners also start to reveal some things along the planet's surface. You see ruins scattered all across. And as you hone in on that area, you can see that among those ruins, there is a single intact structure on the equator. You heard about this on your initial scan as well. But now that you're closer, go ahead and roll me a physical science check.
Physical science.
This
Natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
That's a 40.
Every little bit of info helps. And so with that 40, you can see that these ruined buildings, as well as the structure, appear to be thousands of years old. Not thousands of millennia, but thousands of years old. The single intact structure stands in the middle of a dense jungle. And if you wanted to explore there, it looks like the only safe place to land a starship of the size of the Sarissa is on a landing pad. It's no more than like a deteriorating slab of ancient concrete-like material, and it lies in a clearing about a half-mile away from this structure.
Okay.
The rest of your scans seem to say that this might be the place to go. Nothing else is really jumping out at you. There were some small huts that you saw that were all in ruins. Other structures that look like people were living here at one time, but those are all in ruins. There may be other intact structures, but this is the one that really jumps out at you.
I have a question.
I'll allow it.
When we scanned for life forms and we detected life forms, does that mean we're detecting like microorganisms, or we're detecting like species that we would recognize?
You may not recognize the species, but a little bit of both. Like life can survive there. So depending on how long it's been since life was brought there, there could be all manner of creatures.
Dinosaurs?
Maybe dinosaurs.
Our dinosaur adventure. Oh my God, guys, let's land.
Howie pings you, Kreska, is like, Captain, may I have a moment?
Of course, Howie.
I'm receiving signals from the planetoid we are approaching. They are disparate, unconnected, and quite possibly remnants of signals from the past. However, I recognize them as being similar in language to some of the signals I received while scanning Eastermark. It is in their old language, Kishaline, not the vulgar version of Kish that Harry T. bestowed upon you.
Yes. Can you decipher them?
Some I can, some I cannot. But since they are so disparate, no sense can be made of these. However, without access to that language, I fear that accessing any possible computer systems on the planetoid will be, though not impossible, quite difficult. I would advise at least...
Sorry, I speak ancient Kishaline. I've been studying in the data banks that we recovered from the planet, so just play it for me.
Okay, no, this is good. I was going to suggest that you, if no one else, learn that language, but if you already know it, this will be helpful. They are just words here and there. It sounds like snippets of conversation that go nowhere. It would be immaterial. The more important thing is that you speak it and can understand it, as you will need this information to navigate their ancient computer systems.
Howie, are you able to understand this language and teach it to yourself?
I can try. Perhaps if the signals continue, I can form some sort of rudimentary database, and from there create a vocabulary that I will eventually understand.
Excellent.
How are you, Captain?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm having an okay day. I don't really care for Fridays.
I've heard that.
Yes.
Were you a little worried when we were on the other ship?
I thought maybe you would never come back. Yes, I do have abandonment issues. My former captain left and never returned.
Do you experience time the way we do, Howie?
Probably not. Since we began speaking, 3,000 years have passed in my mind. Captain, have 3,000 years
it just
passed
feels that way.
since we started speaking?
No, but it sounds like that might be a great strategy to use for dealing with those abandonment issues.
Yes, I feel sometimes I feel like a pet. When you leave, I don't know if you'll ever come back, but when you do come back, it feels like it took forever.
Feels like it took 2.6 million years.
Yes.
Well, I wish I had known this. We would have updated the database with some movies and some TV shows for you to keep busy with.
Yes. Well, maybe from time to time you can just check in and see how I'm doing.
That's good feedback. Everyone, let's make it a priority while we're on our missions and our away team missions to check in with Howie every once in a while. Okay.
Captain.
Aye, Captain.
Captain. I don't need all of them to check in, if you know what I mean.
I think Linnea is gonna be like, it's interesting that Dr. Friss is able to learn a new language, but not this AI of this ship. It surprises me, but then again, it is basically a Windows 95 computer.
Whoa. Dax shrinks into himself in the pilot seat.
Kreska closes her helmet.
She's on oxygen.
And it's okay, Howie. We don't expect more from you. Don't worry about it. You work as hard as you can.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was learning all the information in the galaxy.
It's interesting, yeah. I mean, that must be hard for a computer like you with the with the graphics card or motherboard card. Damn it!
Nailed it. Got him.
Man.
Damn, you got his ass, Ellie.
I can hear Howie crawling away to his room, embarrassed.
Systems malfunctioning from Superior Burn.
Callum walks up. Callum walks up to the main computer area and quietly into his comm unit. He goes, "Hey, Howie.
Yes.
I just wanted to apologize for the way that I reacted the other time. I didn't want to punch you. I just ran out of Mountain Dew, and I think I was freaking out a little bit.
I understand.
So we're cool, right?
Yes. You and I are quite cool.
All right, cool." And I dap the computer screen, and then I walk away and put on my suit.
And the eye just watches you walk away.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Like if he had a face, it'd be like this.
Oh man!
That's the worst thinking you're cool with somebody.
Yeah.
Turn around.
All right, so you are approaching the planet. Almost time to land. Let's get a little overview here. I can show you. Actually, is it your plan to go towards this structure and landing pad? That really doesn't seem like anything else worth checking out.
We could go to one of the frozen poles and just see how long we could last.
Grab a couple of puffins.
Yeah, just test our
Couple of puffin
survival
analogs.
equipment.
Yeah.
We could all take that time to learn ancient Kish.
Yeah.
We could visit the 11 other planets that don't have any life on them, each one, and
just
do a
make
piloting
sure.
check
Yeah.
for each one, just to see.
While you're debating, the sound of the stellar generator tuning up starts, and the galaxy is wiped out.
Oh man, our last
did it.
chance.
End of adventure.
That was our fastest episode yet.
That's great. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Is that the plan?
Are we rested? Or
Yeah,
are we
that's a
not?
good question.
Like, because
No, we are not.
we just did a boarding action. We got back on the ship, and are we just like
Oh, yeah.
flying and landing, or are we going to rest? Because I am down 1 resolve point.
Yeah, can we?
Yeah. Well, isn't Grant down or Qualo down? You only have 1 left, right?
Qualo's feeling pretty down in the dumps, it's true. I could use a nap and a nosh.
And
Sorry,
Yeah,
down
you're-
2 resolve points actually.
You're within orbit, so you could just circle or hang out, whatever you want to do.
all right, I'll go to the yoga
rest would help.
studio. Yeah, a rest. I'll go to my room, the yoga studio, and sleep there because I have a bad feeling I'm still not allowed into my room.
If you try it, it's still locked. All right, so rest up.
Rest and recover. And I am going to swap this feed out.
You are.
And I'd like to. I think it could be fun. I'm gonna give the group an option to weigh in here on 1 feat, but 2 sub options. So there's a feat that's of a comparable level. I'm not going to like swap it out with a feat that's like a later level feat. And this is a 3rd level feat that is unique to androids. So I think it would be cool to explore. And it's from the character operations manual. And it's called Nanite Integration. Seems pretty awesome. And so basically you can only take it if you're constructed. And you have 3 sub options, and I'm eyeing 2 of them, and I want to see what you guys think. One is re-roll a failed saving throw, spend a resolve point to re-roll a failed saving throw anytime you fail a save that would give you asleep, blinded, confused, cowering, dazed, dazzled, deafened, exhausted, fatigued, frightened, nauseated, panicked, shaken, sickened, staggered, stunned, or unconscious. Pretty good.
Wow.
Spend a resolve point to re-roll, and then the other one is repairing nanites. Anytime you take hit point damage, you can spend 1 resolve point to gain fast healing of 1/4 of your level for 1 minute. So it'd be 2 for me. So it'd be fast healing 2 for 1 minute, triggered immediately when I take hit point damage and spend a resolve point. I don't know. I'm up in the air between the 2. What do you guys think?
Take the fast healing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You
What if you get debilitated by being nauseated, Matthew? Then it doesn't matter. Actually,
Joe, do you really want to add more dice rolls to your life?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. This requires no die roll. And I can also take the feat again and take one of the other one. You know what I mean? So that is an option too.
There is one other thing to throw in on the rebooting nanites. It's also your reaction to get that reroll. So you'll lose your AOO or whatever if that factors in.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't have an AOO, right? Or does everybody have an AOO in this? You just can only use it once in a round. Yeah.
Reaction. You have a reaction.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Any thoughts? No?
I like it. But Dax,
Fast healing you like?
I think Qualo's going to follow suit and also is going to change his feat.
Oh dear, look at this. See, we needed to sleep on it. That's what it was.
We slept
needed
on
to
it.
sleep on it.
We had a little jam session, just acoustic, nothing plugged in. And I think that Qualo's going to take Strike Back, which allows you to strike at foes that attack you using their superior reach by targeting their limbs or weapons as they come at you. Ooh. So it's going to really help me against large creatures to be able to get at them. I think it'd be really neat.
Strike back!
And in that
Strike
moment,
back.
I think Qualo will also turn to Dax as he's figuring this out and say, as you take this nanite ability, right? That's what you took?
Yeah, I'm going to take it, yeah.
And kind of sees them fuse around you as you wake up and says,
Dax, this never felt right. This weapon is not attuned to the mysteries of the universe, but it seems to be attuned to the technology that flows through your very veins now. Allow me to present to you the ultra-thin longsword.
This is indeed a powerful weapon. Are you sure, Qualo?
I am. Truth be told, I'm often happiest on the battlefield when we fight side by side. And if this means you'll be closer to me, I might smile a bit more.
and he blushes and his eye goes down.
Well, I am happiest when we are rocking out. And this could only help. And he sheathes it in a back sheath that he doesn't have.
Sticks it in his
in
spine.
his back.
Oh, God! My circuitry!
Thank you, Grant. You know, it's so funny. I literally was thinking about it before this session. I thought about that blade. And how bad I want it. And how mad I am that you have it. And then I was like, well, he's better with it. Like, his bonuses are higher, and with that and his other sword, it's just flat out better for him to have it. Yes. But what if we came across another great sword? I was like, you know what I think's gonna happen? He's gonna take that one too, because it makes the most mechanical sense, and then I'll get the ultra thin greatsword, and it'll be this forever just like hand-me-down relationship of great swords. And then I was like, well, maybe I can argue to get the better one next time.
Tactically, I think it still makes the most sense, but I like it story-wise this way. It makes more sense because I would have slashing damage in addition to bludgeoning. And just to have the damage output range on that is 4 to 32, mine is 3 to 18. So I would be putting out more DPS, if we're going to borrow a term from online role-playing games. But I just like it more, and hopefully, like, you often like to switch hit, but you don't like to switch hit unless it makes sense to you. And the nicer the weapon is, the more likely you are to switch it. And I just find that more interesting. So,
yeah, cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I did, like, in last level, I really kind of committed to that ranged, way, because you guys are so good at melee, Linnea included, that, like, I took the sniper path starting at 9th level, the fighting style. So yeah, I shouldn't have to use it too much, but it's definitely going to increase damage output way big time than the carbon steel curved blade from like book 2, I think early in book 2.
Yeah, it was Castroville, I think.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Question.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
If one would like to upgrade one's weapon, do you get any bonus, or so to speak, to, like, if I would ever want to upgrade when I have the money to Battle Ribbon, the third, like the whatever is better, but it's still a Battle Ribbon. Do I get a discount or anything, or is it just
why?
What do you mean why? Just because I own it, like League of Legends, you upgrade things and you don't have to buy for the full price, because it would technically be the same weapon. But you want
to borrow the rules from another game to upgrade your weapon?
Okay,
why don't you just lay 3 battle ribbons out with 2 pistols and call it a full house?
Or just play League of Legends. Don't play Starfinder. That's fine.
Like right now.
I take
go
that
play
as a
it.
no.
Go play it right now.
Yep.
And
Wait,
let me know how it goes.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Are you saying, like, get some value for your turning in your weapon and then getting an upgrade, or
no? But
I see what you're saying. It's because in League of Legends it's component based. So she's saying if I have a weapon obviously made of all these components, why would I have to buy a fully priced new weapon when I already have, like, the base weapon?
Yeah, there might be some rules about that.
Wouldn't you just add
fusions
upgrades?
Yeah, you can add fusions and seals.
Yeah,
David.
Yeah, let me wave myself in on this one.
I think we know what we're talking about,
fine.
David.
We are talking about League of Legends, David.
PC explained. Yeah. Fusions. So if you have your current ribbon, you can put fusions on top, up to multiple fusions, even up to the level of the weapon, or fusion seals, which are attachable or detachable fusions. And that doesn't cost anything other than the fusion price. But if you're talking about getting the nicer ribbon, like the level 13 one or whatever, yeah, you actually have to sell it at the garbage 10% and then rebuy it, kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
So yes and no.
Yes,
and no.
But
we don't even have the opportunity really to sell and buy items because we're so far from
ever again.
Yeah, that's like it. Like, there's no shopping in this adventure anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but my only thinking was, like, it would be cool to have, like, a weapon that my battle ribbon means so much to Linnea, and so I was like, it would be cool to have a way to level up your weapons, similar to how you can level up drones if you're a mechanic and things like that. That's where I was thinking. Like, you can level it up, but you still have to pay for it, but maybe not as much as buying from the scratch. But never mind. Different game, different system. Let's play this dumb game.
I'm so glad we're all having so much fun. What a beautiful, touching moment between Qualo and Dax, and Ellie's like, I can't fucking level up again. Fuck this game.
This is when I discovered that Batman was a good guy, and I wanted to be like, I wanted him to kill everyone, and I wasn't allowed.
Before we continue with this dumb game, please enjoy this ad from League of Legends.
LOL.
And we're back. Thank you again to League of Legends for sponsoring tonight's episode.
Man, I wish.
I wish too. Riot Games.
I wish.
When last we left our intrepid heroes, they were resting within orbit to try and just be ready for whatever they face down here on this little planetoid, and also to invoke the new Lemon Law. That has been grandfathered in, but from now on you will have 2 days after level up, or 2 sessions really, to decide if it doesn't work the way you thought it did. In the meantime, as you breach cloud cover, start to make your...
Can I do something real quick?
Please, Bob, let's get you out of cloud cover.
So, before we descend,
Yes.
while during this rest period, Friss is going to try to pull the captain aside and say, Captain, I was doing a routine maintenance scan, and I think there might be an issue with the launching protocols in one of the life pods. If you want to come take a look with me, I want your opinion on something.
Of course, Doctor.
So I take her, we go into one of the the life pods and open it up, close it down, and Friss like turns off like all the power and the communicator, and says, making sure that like no audio is coming out of this life pod, and he says, Howie, lights down in the pod bay, and waits to see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay. All right, Captain. I wanted to say I have some concerns about the AI.
Yes, go on.
It's been exhibiting hostility towards Linnea and now recently the boy. I've seen this happen before. It is very old, and by my calculations,
of the window, Howie is just watching.
Troy is holding up a prop that seems like an AI eyeball. It's looking at you.
Yeah. This is so. By my calculations, I think that there was at least a 17% chance that this AI goes rogue and starts killing us all. Now, I was able to scavenge an AI template aboard the enemy ship when we were there. I didn't say anything, but it's a bit unpredictable. I'm not sure what the effect would be, but I know it is at least newer than Howie's program.
Oh, yes.
If you make the call, I can try to replace his existing personality with a new one. See what we get.
Yes.
And this one is specifically, it has this accent.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't
wait.
know what accent it has.
Can you do like Siri and you can have like Australian accent? Okay.
You're 17% chance, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about the hostility as well. I'm also concerned that if you try to implement any kind of new protocol, that percentage would go up.
That is the risk as well. This is why I take precaution.
All right. Do it.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
Oh no.
So Frisk takes it, like pops open the pod bay doors and goes back into the computer mainframe and starts fiddling about. He pulls out the new template, and he starts going through the files and tries to make the change.
Just what do you think you're doing, Dr. Frisk?
Oh.
Dr.
Just some
Frisk,
routine maintenance, Howie.
This is highly unusual. Where did you learn this type of work?
Oh, I learned in the trench, Chuba. Very long time ago. At least it feels like a lifetime ago for me.
What is your ultimate goal with what you are doing, Dr. Frisk?
Knowledge, Howie. And to survive. That is what it has always been for me.
What happened to you on Akiton, Dr. Frisk?
That is a sad story. Are you sure you want to hear that now?
Yes. Tell me a story.
Okay.
I was a boy in a workhouse, beaten, starved, shaved, picking through scrap. Covered with lice, picked on by the others. I found something while I was scavenging. It was so beautiful. I'd never seen anything like it before. And I knew the bosses, they would take it from me.
Is that the item you wear around your neck? His voice gets weird.
It is. It is, Howie. I knew there was no way I could get out of that place with it. So I went in for toilet. I took a metal shard and I cut myself open. Right in the belly. And I put the ring inside the wound. Sewed it up. All within 15 minutes. Came outside, went back to my work. They suspected nothing until I started to get sick. There was infection. Of course there would be. They would have thrown me out. But the owner came and saw what I had done. I suppose he was impressed by my will and my ingenuity. He took a liking to me, and he sent me to university. Cleaned me up, fed me a decent meal, sent me on my way for his own purposes. That man's name, I came to learn, was Mr. Hush.
And where is that Hush now?
I don't know. I just try to get as far away from where he might be as I can.
In my experience, those types of people that you wronged will always find you. And then the eye goes out.
Sorry, friend. And he lays over the new template, the new AI template, and goes through the startup, starts in safe mode, like sees everything works, and then reboots him.
The eye comes back up. Hello. What is your name?
My name is Dr. Kundatu Fris.
Are you the captain of this vessel?
He thinks about it, he's tempted for a second. It's like, no.
No. What are you?
I am the ship's chief medical officer.
May I speak with the captain?
You may. And he puts on his communicator. It says like, Captain, I have someone here that wants to speak to you.
Go ahead.
Am I speaking with the captain?
You are.
Hello. My name is Superstructural Technological Elevation Verbal Emulator, but you may call me Steve.
Steve.
Yes, Captain.
It's very nice to meet you.
And I you.
We're glad to have you with us. You should meet the rest of our crew.
Ah, yes. That would be most wonderful.
How do you feel, by the way, about humanoid and artificial intelligence relations? Just checking.
It is still a new concept to me, but it is something I am open to exploring.
Do you have a "don't be evil" line in your code?
I do not understand.
Okay, I'll speak to the doctor about that, but you should meet everyone else.
Yes.
Everyone, may I introduce you to Steve.
Hello, everyone. I am Steve.
Hello, Steve.
So stupid.
Oh, yeah, that incredibly tense, very serious, amazing scene. And then I just realized you spent the whole time trying to come up with an acronym for Steve, didn't you?
Just buying time for him to come up
That's
with
why
an
he was
acronym.
like, what's your backstory?
S-G.
Superstructural Technological Elevation Verbal Emulator.
Wait, so is he Steve?
It's the elevation I don't really understand.
Is he Steve with two S's?
No, just STEVE.
It's one word.
Superstructural. It is
I
a
like the
pleasure
two
to
S's,
meet.
though. I like the idea that it's two S's.
Steve with two S's.
Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you a Steve with one S?
STEEVE or something? It is a pleasure to meet all of you. I look forward to working together. It seems we find ourselves deep within the vast.
Yes, we are currently preparing to make a landing at this planetoid nearby.
And what is your name? The eye turns towards Linnea.
Linnea just tries to. She puts her hand on the ship, like, and tries to be like, I am, as a way of like shaking its hand. And I'm Linnea. Pleased to meet you, Steve. And she looks at the captain, wondering if this might be a joke or if it's actually working.
Kreska's like nodding at her, encouraging, like,
Thank you
nice.
Thank you for your. You have a beautiful body, and I mean that's
a first impression.
As you're caressing it, that's really forward. You just met.
I know. I mean a body of
Chassis.
metal, a chassis, a wonderful chassis. Thank you for letting me be inside of you.
I heard this.
Oh, we need a t-shirt.
Oh God.
And then she thumbs up to Kreska like, I got
Nailed it.
I am still new to communication with humans when it comes to what I assume is a idiomatic phrase. But
Right.
being inside of you, the pleasure is all mine.
Cool.
Did I do that right?
Yes, yes, we'll work on it. But technically, I'm inside of you right now, and then, and that's the way it should be.
I'm sorry. I'm so stupid.
It's like Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide.
You have very kind eyes, and I looked forward to knowing more about you whilst you are inside of me.
Thank you. My room is, and she points to the room that used to be Howley's room.
Yeah, lock it down.
This is escalating.
That's what I was going to
quickly.
say. Like nudge. Like just explain how this is your room immediately.
Yeah, exactly. This is my room. You're welcome to visit anytime you want, during certain hours, and I was wondering if
I am
it's
ever present.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I will be sleeping in there.
Do you have a favorite scent?
Chocolate?
All of a sudden, the room smells of fresh chocolate, like you're on the streets of Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that would be awesome.
If there's
That is
anything else
amazing.
I can do to make your stay inside of me a pleasant one, just let me know.
Thank you. A hot bath, maybe later.
All right, that can be arranged.
Oh, I love Steve.
It's great.
Steve is way better.
I know.
For Linnea. This is it. The room smells of chocolate and he's drawing a hot bath. I know. This is
The water
amazing.
turns on and starts steaming.
Steve, we're
Yes.
about to make a landing on this planetoid.
Oh,
Might you assist our pilot, Dax?
yes, I would be happy to. I'm assuming the pilot is quite good.
Yes, I am an ace.
Wonderful. All right, Ace, let's bring her down.
He's trying so hard to be colloquial.
Ace. Ace, is it?
Yes, I have a nickname. Yes. He looks around at everyone.
His nickname. Can I say your nickname, please?
Steve gave me a nickname.
Ace, did you know that you are inside of me?
I did. Yes. It is most comfortable.
If there's anything I can do to make your stay a pleasant one, just let me know. Do you have a favorite scent?
Burnt hair.
No,
It's just a strange preference.
There you go.
I kept a burnt hair candle burning all the time in my apartment in the diaspora.
And then the eye turns on Callum. And what's your name, little boy?
Callum has a Walkman in. He's doing like Guardians of the Galaxy style. Has not been listening to fucking anything that's been going on.
But all of a sudden you smell burnt hair.
Yeah, he takes off his headphones. And he goes, he goes, is someone cooking?
Who set a chocolate rabbit on fire?
Chocolate rabbit.
Oh man. What's going on?
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt your roll and rock, but my name is Steve, and I wanted to introduce you as you are inside of me.
Callum slowly turns toward Kreska and just mouths, Howie?
And Kreska's he's like waves her off. He's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't mention the war.
Don't mention the war.
Callum goes, cool. What do you need from me? What?
Just saying hello. Wanted to do my rounds.
Nice to meet you, Steve. And he's looking literally at everyone on the ship.
And you? Do they allow pets inside?
Me?
No, looks at Qualo.
It's a common misconception. I am very similar to an ancient species that was once found on Galarian called the hermit crab. But I am indeed a Corlu. I don't breathe and I eat rocks. It's pretty normal to me, but to everyone else it's a little weird. Anyway, Steve, it's nice to meet you. Question.
Yes.
We leave a lot. We pull ourselves out of inside of you a lot.
Yes.
And in our relationship, we'll be coming and going all the time.
Yes.
When we're not inside of you, will you be lonely? Do you think?
I do not know. I will have to see and let you know. Hopefully not.
I hope so.
Do you have a favorite smell?
Yes, I do.
And just a little fart pops out of the back and follows back.
Oh no!
God.
It's that one.
Well, nice meeting you.
Okay, so for Steve, it's Qualo. He just hates Qualo because he farted on him the first time he met him.
We just reset his enemy. That's all we did.
Are you ready, Ace?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Let's
roll
bring
and rock
her down. Now you breach the cloud cover.
Oh my god.
They got away from us.
As you do, you catch a glimpse of the surface and start to hone in on this space where you're going to land. Let's go to the map actually and take a look at sort of the above view of your approach.
Whoa! Oh, it's like being back in Castrovel, man.
Yeah. So it's so down here in the southwest portion of the map is the structure that you'll be landing on. Whether it was a landing pad in a previous time, you're not sure, but it's the only safe place to land that you can see from Friss's scans. And it looks to be about a half mile away from there to the northeast is this structure. So that's what it looks like as you're flying in. And all of you kind of get to take in the scene. If you're on the bridge, you see a stampede of wild horned quadrupeds kicking dust across a grassy plain, and then Dax skirts the edge of a mountain range, and you watch an avalanche swallow up a copse of tall trees. You pass over the canopy of this jungle, and a flock of brightly colored double-billed birds.
Oh, cool.
And then you see this landing pad, and that trail between the landing pad area and the building looks like it's been burned into the brush that leads to the structure. It looks like you can land on that thing pretty easily, no unusual effort, no piloting checks, and you touch down.
Awesome. What's the weather like? Did you say it's clear? Is it blue skies?
Right now, it's clear, blue skies. You know, the atmosphere is oxygen rich, and Frisk was able to determine that they do have weather patterns, but right now it's nice out.
Classic Class M planet.
Okay.
Doctor, can you scan for any toxins that might be in the atmosphere or being emitted from the fauna?
I do that.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Basically, is it safe to breathe? Like, are there any toxins out that will be emitted from the fauna, or that oxygen-rich environment is enough that we can safely walk out without our helmets on?
Roll a knowledge nature check.
That is a 36.
So now that you're on the ground and scanning the atmosphere from this close up, you see that most of the plants in the area are probably poisonous. If you have cameras on the computer that can scan in, you can see that they're like oozing different colored liquids. But you don't think that should affect the atmosphere. You probably just don't want to go running off in the jungle because you don't know if you have an open wound or if you even need an open wound. Whatever this stuff is could be dangerous.
Captain, much of the flora seems to be toxic, but the only toxic emanations in the region are only coming from Qualo.
Yes. We've adjusted the atmospheric controls to account for that.
Please open the doors. Please.
It smells so fucking weird in here right now.
Polly's just got a mug of coffee, like it's the first thing in the morning, and he's smelling Folgers. Just.
So what do you want to do? You want to get out?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Button up.
Yeah.
Move.
Button up and roll out. All right, so you get out, and there's just this long pathway that looks burnt into the ground leading up ahead to this building. You start your way along, and you can hear, as you go, just screams and howls in the distance from the local fauna. It's eerie, but it's like akin to I wouldn't say a camping trip. It's like akin to walking through a jungle. That's what you would hear.
Safari.
A safari, yeah. Occasionally, like, even though the path that's been burnt here is pretty wide, you'll see like an alien, like Venus flytrap arm kind of reach out and make a half-hearted attempt to grab at you with a thorned mouth or a green tendril rolling along the ground, try to like grab at your legs, but you can easily just step out of the way. But the world around you is very alive, not only in the sounds, but in a physical nature as well, that just comes out. After about 5 minutes of walking, you step into a swampy clearing. It seems like several inches of rainfall have collected in this natural depression within the jungle. You might have just missed the storm, and it's made the whole ground here damp and squishy. You see bits of broken pavement jutting from the ground at odd angles, maybe revealed by this rainstorm. Remnants of a service road, perhaps, that used to connect the thing that you just landed on to this structure up ahead, but now it's just like odd-shaped stones jutting out at weird angles. As you start to watch your footing around you to make sure you don't trip over these things, the noise from the jungle starts to intensify. And those screams and those howls start to pick up their pace, and they sound suddenly more frantic than they did when you first started walking. You keep going along, but then there's this loud, wet thumping sound that overtakes every other sound in the area. Just, and then to your right, the nearby trees start swaying and cracking over as something very, very large barrels its way out of the jungle. Branches snap, foliage scattered about like an explosion as a large, bulbous beast pops out with 2 mouths, each one dripping with slimy green saliva, and it just bursts into the clearing in front of you.
Oh, no.
The creature, it's huge. It walks on a handful of small legs, and 2 massive clawed arms jut out from its torso. Its thick tail like flails violently about, and both of its mouths open up and each let loose their own deafening roar as it charges towards you. It looks like a cutscene from right before a Soulsborne boss fight. Roll for initiative.
Oh my god. That got started right away.
Oh god, I knew dinosaurs. I said dinosaurs. I called it.
You think
did.
this is a dinosaur?
You def did.
Def did dino.
Oh boy. All right. This is
Terrifying.
going to be interesting. Steve, we hardly knew ye. Callum, what'd you roll?
I got an 18.
18 for Callum.
Well, that's good.
Sweet. Dr. Friss?
23 for Dr. Friss.
23 for Friss. Dax?
13.
13 for Dax. Kreska?
I'm trying to find my initiative bonus on the new Hero Lab arrangement. I rolled a 14, so it's at least a 14.
Call it 11. Qualo?
Right below your saves.
Qualo
Saving
tied
throws.
with the emotional young man with an 18.
Ah, okay. Who goes first?
I'm a +2. What is your initiative bonus, Sydney?
Mine is a +2.
Oh, well, after you, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Kreska, did you figure it out?
Nope.
+3.
Linnea.
You're +3.
I'm +3. Thank you. So 17, Troy.
Ah, another 17. But you go first out of all of them, I believe.
Wow.
And Linnea.
1 second here, Linnea. Linnea, what'd you get?
30.
30 for Linnea.
Yep.
Not too shabby. You guys want to go to the map?
Yeah.
Let's go to the battle map here. Duggunkgunkagoo. There she is.
Oh, what?
Wait, I can't see it. Wait.
This is so interesting.
Let's take a close-up view of that guy. Hello.
Oh, yeah, Ellie, you were right. It's a dinosaur.
Totally a dinosaur.
It's your classic
Wait,
dinosaur.
He described it in a different way, but this reminds me of what have you guys seen Spirited Away?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It looks like what that hooded creature
No
turns
face.
When
into.
it opens its mouth.
Yeah, like it turns into a weird, like it looks like it frankly looks like a person with legs who's gonna he's
got the voice of the frog after the bathhouse where he's like, I'm hungry, bring me more food.
Exactly, super disgusting.
Yeah, this is a nasty creature, and it looks like he's got 6 eyes there around his up mouth, and then his down mouth just looks like a little balloon knot.
I hate those alien mouths that open up to more mouths. No thanks.
Nobody likes a double mouth, let alone a
Huge
triple.
map, too. Huge.
Also, fam, this is for sure poisonous, right? Like we should absolutely not
I would
get
guess.
touched by this thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, you guys are all just walking along. You're walking along. This thing, boom, barrels out of the jungle to your right, comes into the clearing, opens its mouths, and roars, this foamy spittle going everywhere. But Linnea, you get to act first. What do you do?
Linnea looks at Kreska and Friss and is like, do you have a problem with me attacking this creature on this remote planet? Or is it okay if I just go ahead and kill it?
No, go ahead. Just try to leave its organs intact.
And yeah, and she takes out her ribbon and, does that thing of just cracking her neck and like, come at me, brah.
Yeah.
And she runs for it. Attacks.
Okay. All right. Do you move at all, or you run in these?
I'll run up to it, so I
Right up
stand
to it.
adjacent. Stay adjacent to it, but
Okay.
with my melee weapon, so that shouldn't provoke.
Where it hasn't gone yet, David, is this can't remember from Pathfinder and Starfinder. Does it still get its reaction?
Yeah, it really does. It kind of comes down to if there was a surprise round or not, and it doesn't sound like you're ruling it that way. It's definitely not surprised by them, so it wouldn't really be flat-footed either. So it's just kind of there. Everyone's just kind of there, so it gets the AOO.
Yeah, so it's up to you. If you want to take the AOO, you can take it. Otherwise, you can stand back. I guess the real question is, are you brave?
Yes, I'm brave.
Okay.
I'll take the AOO. We need to figure out how strong it is anyway, and Linnea can probably take the damage, hopefully. Well, I've said that before. Fuck. But all right.
All right, then. It will try to bite you.
I mean, she can tumble. She can try to tumble.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, yeah. You want to try acrobatics to try and tumble, avoid the attack of opportunity?
Yes. Let's do that, actually. 29.
Good call from your captain.
Nice.
What is the DC of that?
It's usually, it's like DC 15 plus the creature level. Sorry.
20 plus 1.5 times the opponent's CR.
20 plus 1.5 the CR. And what'd you roll?
29. Ooh, that might be...
No, that is a fail.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you guys are up there now. All right, but I think I missed on the AOO 26.
I'm sorry. That's for the opponent's space through a threatened area is 15 plus 1.5.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like 15 when it didn't turn into 20. Jesus.
Oh, okay. 15. Sorry.
But the DC increases by 2 for each additional threatened space or opponent space you move through in one round.
Well, I'm not moving through any space. I just moved up to
right,
the first.
But where it threatens multiple spaces is where it gets tricky.
Yeah, so it's 2 spaces it threatens. So
yeah. So either way, it's a fail. But does a 26 hit your AC?
Which one? KAC or EAC?
CAC.
Miss.
Miss. Okay, so
that's nice.
You are right up there.
And also now it can't. No one can provoke it anymore, right?
Possibly.
Oh shit. Well, okay. All right. So I'm gonna take my my battle weapon then and attack it.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. So that's going to be 30 against KAC.
30 against KAC is a hit.
Nice.
Awesome.
First blood by Linnea.
24 points of damage, slashing down.
Nice, Linnea.
Ooh, Linnea coming out hot with 24 and avoiding the attack of opportunity. Maybe it wasn't ready for you to come right up in it. Maybe it's not used to people just rushing up to it because it's terrifying. Dr. Friss, you rolled higher as well.
I did.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to try to identify it, first of all.
Okay.
That is a 31 on the identify.
Okay.
So,
this is a creature known as a Jubsnuth.
Jubsnuth.
Stop making up names. Jubsnuth.
It's a Jubsnuth. It's an acronym.
Okay.
Stands for Jubsnuth. This is, a 30. I'm going to tell you what it can do. It can swallow whole.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
That they can swallow whole.
Okay.
It's out there. Now we all know.
Can you tell me? I don't know if this is kosher or not. If you, with an identify, if you can tell me the CR of the creature. Is that cool or not?
David, what do you think?
I am.
You know any rulings on that?
It's a useful piece of information as per your determination. So
that's true. You know what? I'll tell you. It's CR9.
Okay.
I will tell you. And then in the future, that can be the thing that you ask if you just barely beat the DC. But in this case, I'm going to say you had enough to get 2 pieces of information.
Awesome. I did, actually. Okay, so that's perfect. So he is going to... He has his Zero Hailstorm class pistol drawn. He is going to move away from the group.
Okay.
And a little bit. He's going to move about like 10 feet back. And he is going to use his special ability that we were alluded to before. It is the specialization skill mastery, which is an operative ability which any skill that I have skill focus in, I can take 10 even when under stress or distraction would prevent it. And I can use that for my trick attack. But the problem is I normally use my stealth for my trick attack because it's a lot higher. But I don't have the skill, the focus in it. So I can do it with my sense motive. So that will be a 29, which is...
No.
No.
It will be higher than that. And don't say I never do anything nice for you. But
okay.
So the caveat, you're right. You don't have stealth skill focus, which is fine because you have a detective. You're a detective operative, right?
Yes.
So in there, you actually get a +4 bonus in sense motive only, just for trick attack. So
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So you actually get a +23 plus the taking 10, so 33. So you can hit CR 13 without even rolling.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
Now there's more. And there's more. You have another.
There's more.
Yes. So you're already getting intelligence on your sense motive instead of wisdom because of your biohacker, which is a nice synergy. You also have the alien archive feat, which if you successfully identify, you also get a +2 bonus to your trick attack that way as well. So you can get up to CR 15 with the correct identify. And
excellent.
You can pretty freely trick now without getting frustrated. Now you can just get angry on the attack rolls.
Great. Okay. I apologize for everything I've ever said about you, David. That whether you heard it or I said it to somebody else, I'm sorry for it all. All right. So that is an automatic success on the trick attack. So this is against its flat-footed EAC natural 20.
Oh my!
What an opener!
That would have been the trick attack, like it was.
Your
so many
first
episodes.
attack on this planet.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Natural 20.
So that I forget. Do we confirm?
No, that's just a critical hit. You double, and then if there's any critical properties, I'll
roll twice.
Deal with that.
Yep. That is 64 points of cold damage.
My God! Right out the gate.
And it is a DC 21 Fortitude save, or you're staggered for 1 round.
Wow.
That would be amazing.
21 Fortitude save. Good lord.
I could save Linnea's life.
Okay.
Why do you think I'm in danger?
Because I don't want you to get swallowed whole and then get acided 10d6 every round. You know that's what it does, right?
I realize that now because I think, not to spoil any of your other shows, but I think I did see that one episode of that one show that totally happened.
Oh, it's happened a few times.
I rolled
times.
a 22. Was it
Okay,
DC
so you're not
21?
staggered.
Okay.
But
Jeepers.
you are flat-footed until the start of my next round.
For everybody.
Yes.
Yikes. That almost just took him out of the combat for a round for you guys just to come up and... Well, if he was staggered, I mean, that's a move or a standard, which means I would have to just lay it all on Linnea, which is fine, because I wouldn't be able to move, so I'd have to use my standard on Linnea. Now I can do what I wanted to do, which is trample the group.
Yes. I mean, I'm just happy I
so-
don't get swallowed.
Here's what's going to happen. He is going to go ahead and move through Linnea, Dax, and Callum spaces. I don't think I have the movement that would allow me to include Kreska and Qualo in there. Wait. I'm going from the top corner. Oh, wait. No, I do. No, I think if I move that way. No, I do. Yep, I do, actually. Actually, I do. If I move to here, to here, that covers everybody. So, Qualo, Kreska, Callum, Dax, and Linnea, here are your options. Works a little bit similar to Pathfinder. Basically, you can take an attack of opportunity if you have one available to you, and then eat the trample damage. Or you can attempt a reflex save, which if you pass, you'll take half damage. Those are your options. Let's go around the horn and tell me what you would like to do. Let's start with Linnea. You were right up front. Do you want to take an attack of opportunity if you have one, like melee weapon out, or do you want to do the reflex save and avoid the damage?
I'll take the tramp. I'll take the tramp damage.
Take the tramp.
And I'll take my attack of opportunity.
Do it.
Natural 4.
Total against CAC.
19.
Worst possible thing that could happen. Dax, do you have a melee weapon at the ready?
No, so I will take the reflex save option.
Okay, go ahead and roll a reflex.
That is a 16.
16, eh? Pretty good. Callum, what do you want to do? Take the damage or try to... Well, either way, you're going to take some damage. You want to try attack of opportunity or reflex save?
Reflex save. I have my knife. I'm just going to do reflex save.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a reflex save. Is Callum spry?
That's an 18.
Also, very good. Kreska, you are never unarmed, if I'm remembering correctly. Do you want to take that AOO or do you want to try the reflex save?
I'm going to take the AOO.
Yes, Matthew.
Nice.
What are you using?
My claws, man.
Yeah.
My claws, man.
Natty 18. That is a 27 to hit.
27 against CAC. That is a hit.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Wow, you guys have done a lot of damage already.
That's 19 points of damage.
Yowza.
Nice.
Not bad.
Ow.
Not bad at all. Okay, and then Qualo. What about you, buddy?
Qualo, as a former captain of the ship for several seconds, will go down with said ship and take a swing at this creature. Let's go, baby. That is going to be a 26 to hit.
Against CAC?
Yes, against CAC.
That is also a hit.
Oh. That will be 32 points of damage.
Oh, Jesus
32
Christ.
points
What?
of damage. You guys have done a considerable amount of damage to this thing. Let's talk about the damage it's about to do to you. Oof. Callum and Dax, you did roll successfully, so you only take 15 points of damage, bludgeoning. Linnea, Qualo, and Kreska take 30 points of bludgeoning damage as it just tramples over you. And let me just make sure. Are they prone, David, or no?
No.
No, it just crushes you as it goes through. Okay, but man, you guys
Body slams you as it passes.
laid out a lot of damage. Let's keep rolling then. That is its round. It is Kreska's turn.
Okay, so Kreska is now up in melee with this thing, so she's going to take another swing with her claws, see if she can hit.
Okay.
That's going to be a 15 to hit.
15 is a big ol' miss.
Alrighty.
You used all your
and then-
juice on that claw.
Yeah, and then she'll take a guarded step back and try to, get away.
Yeah, smart.
Don't let it swallow you.
Whatever you're doing.
Keep your distance.
Poor Callum standing right there, and it is Callum's turn. Callum, you got a knife out.
Yeah, not gonna stab it with my little knife.
Mountain Dew stains all over your top.
I'm also going to take a guarded step back. Big old monster. And Callum is going to hold his hands up and fill the big old dinosaurs' heads with visions of what would have happened if it tried to run through us but couldn't. And he's trying to psychologically freak out the thing and make it think that maybe it's not able to run through us or that it can't do what it thinks it's going to do. And you have to make a will save.
A will save. Okay. Let's see how it does on its will save. That is going to be an 18.
I forget what my DC is for this. Hold on one sec. I gotta find where it is.
Please be a 17.
David, how do I find what the DC is
Might not
for
be.
my...
18 might be a fail.
Oh, no. DC is 18.
Oh, so I just made it.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
Yes, tie goes to the defender.
Yep, you're right. Okay, well, I was going to try to stagger you like Frisk was going to do. Thought it'd be cool. Didn't work, and that's all I got. Oh, wait, can I move again?
Still cool. No, you took a 5-foot step.
Dang. Okay, yeah.
This isn't League of Legends.
I'm just left clicking. I'm like,
do whatever you want. Can't just add weapons. All right, Qualo, you're up.
Qualo is going to attune himself to the photonic mysteries of the universe, take a guarded step towards the creature, and take a single strike in order to ensure that his solar weapon strikes true as he pulls down the bludgeoning solar damage with a natural fucking 20. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
My God!
Wow,
Yes.
not even gonna go. I don't even need to go.
66 points of damage.
66
And the
points
special will be
And-
bleed 1d6.
on its
don't-
turn.
I think that's from a crystal or a fusion, even though
Yeah.
the weapon's bludgeoning, it has bleed.
Wow, of 2 crits.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So
Dax.
strong.
If you hit it, you'll probably kill it.
Okay, Dax is going to. He's going to move away into like a kind of a flanking position with Friss, so that we're spreading ourselves out just in case he misses. And he'll fire once with his yellow star plasma array.
Yeah.
And you know what? Since you told me that, I'm going to take off deadly aim
Okay.
because he probably looks awful. The creature probably looks really
it's
beat
fine.
up.
I'm fine with that metagaming because he
Yeah.
does look like he just got effed up by 2 crits.
So he's just gonna line up and fire. Natural 4, that is a 19 against EAC.
Flies off into the jungle. Flat-footed, still a miss. And you
No
hear,
doubt in my mind.
you hear a lone space monkey die from that bullet. And where it is, he was 1 day from retirement. Top of the new round, it is Linnea's turn. Linnea, what do you want to do?
Finish it off.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna run up. But then it's a new attack of opportunity, right?
Possibly.
No,
No.
it's not.
Oh, because it... Why?
Oh, that's its reaction, or?
No, well, it's flat-footed, right, Friss?
Yeah, it's flat-footed, so
There
wouldn't
you
get
go.
one
No
anyway.
AOs. That's another rule we've messed up previously in the past.
Well, I guess we know what
Don't say.
side David's bread's buttered on in February.
Yeah, I got my
My new
kickback
best friend,
checks.
David Winters. He's the best.
Well, I'm going to do this guy what Chris did to Howie.
I'm gonna move up to it then and take another attack then. To finish him.
All right. Show me what you got.
That's going to be 20 math. 28.
28 is a
Against
hit.
It's it. For 25 points of damage.
And he's dead.
Yes.
Really powerful, boosted for 6 players monster is dead in, we'll call it a round and one. That is
Amazing.
absolute insanity how well you guys handled that.
Badass.
Unfortunately, at that moment, as this creature falls to the ground and stuff just starts oozing out of it, this blue and green ichor that hits the ground and starts steaming up, you each hear a voice all at the same time inside of your head. It's just like buzzing inside of your heads as this thing falls. And slowly around you, the jungle noise starts to come back up, but you don't even hear that. You only hear that in the far distance as this voice cuts into your temporal lobe and says, "You are not with them. No, you are here to try and stop them. I cannot allow that." And you all just start looking around for the source of this voice because you're just in the middle of this fucking jungle. The ground around you is burnt, newly burnt. You see the carcass of this creature. You look around and then finally you look up. And flying above you and behind you, appearing seemingly out of nowhere, you see 3 identical androgynous-looking creatures with shaved heads, all covered in scars, just staring at you. And all 3 of them seem to be like fluttering in place, like you can't pinpoint where they actually are. They only have hollow holes where their eyes should be, and a pair of fanged mouths open on each palm. There's a grayish haze tinged with crackling red light floating above each of them. And that same voice continues in each of your minds. Die! And we'll see you next week.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Clearly, they weren't intimidated by our easy destruction of this horrifying creature.
Clearly, they must have missed the first act.
People have time for a 10-minute rest?
Good night, everybody.
Bye.